What's new with John and Jude?
This week, we talk about running, street beefs, and a possible documentary for our trip to Ireland.
Hell yeah. Check it out. Enjoy the episode. So I feel like a pretty good amount has happened for the both of us this past week. Who wants to start?
Well, let's talk about the marathon that we signed up for.
Yeah, all right. So tell me what you come into the Discord chat saying.
So John and our best friend Rudy is in the Discord chat, and we were already having like a conversation, but I wanted to do something, and I came back, and I was like, guys, I have the perfect idea. Let's climb Mount Everest. What do you guys think about Mount Everest? And they were like, what?
We had to shut that shit down real quick.
Yeah. We had probably a 30-minute debate on why Mount Everest was a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it would take 3 months to climb it. And yeah. I mean, I knew people died from it, but I was like, and also apparently
you were like, I'm built different.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, a lot of money.
I don't know. I might be built different.
You are built different. But I don't know if you're built different in the way that will prevent death on Mount Everest.
Yeah, but
I give you applause though. I give you some props because it's a valiant idea, and the desire to do something like extremely challenging is something I feel like I also share. Not to that degree of challenging, but
I just thought it would be cool because how many people can walk into the room and say I climbed Mount Everest? And John's like, if you are gonna do it for that reason, do something else. Run an ultra run. I was like, what the fuck is an ultra run? And John's like, let me tell you. So he shows me and Rudy a video, a 30-minute long video, mini documentary of two best friends running an ultra marathon. And that was enough to convince me. I was like, okay, fine. This isn't Mount Everest, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a huge challenge, a huge feat of human willpower and endurance, and it's adjacent to climbing Mount Everest, but 3-4 steps below. And we're talking about a 100-mile ultra marathon, not just any ultra marathon.
Yeah. So I agreed. Eventually, I was like, okay, let's do an ultra marathon. And I'm not really a runner. I hate running. I don't like cardio. So we were like, okay, well, this would probably take some time to prep. So we're planning to do an ultra run in 2024. But yeah, on the way to doing that, we're doing a marathon in Seattle in 2023.
Yeah, and it sounds so casual. We're talking about it so casually. I feel like to the average person, even 2024 might not be enough time to train for a 100-miler, but Jude said, we're built different. So 2023, we got the Seattle Marathon coming up in November, and then 2024 we'll see. Might be a hundo down the road.
Might be. It will be.
It will be. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, ready or not, we're gonna do it. So
okay. And we got Rudy. To do it too.
Yeah, Rudy also signed up for it as well, so that was good.
He said
the boys doing it.
Yeah, he said if the boys are doing it, I gotta do it. And we already.
The only reason we didn't ask Rudy to sign up for it when we did was because he was deafened and he didn't hear us for an hour, and we were like, okay, well,
yeah, and we we got the early commitment in there by signing up for the marathon already, so that's $100 each of us gone toward the marathon, so we got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no backing out. We already bought it, so we'll see where that takes us. That'll be really interesting. So we started training for that. We did our first training run 2 days ago, and then we're doing a couple again this week. John's in charge of coming up with the training regimen. Me and Rudy are just running.
Yeah, I'm taking on the role of the coach kind of. just because I have like a little bit of running experience. By that I just mean like a year, but like a year full of like, you know, doing my research and learning stuff and looking at a whole bunch of different sources and seeing like what works best. So the most I've ever ran is 9 miles, which isn't like a small amount, but it's not a marathon. It's not even a half marathon.
Yeah.
So
still really impressive, more than me and Rudy. And we've planned to document our training sessions and stuff, and our progress on TikTok. And John is boosting up the numbers with our views and our likes.
Yeah, so. For some reason, okay, so we are at Road to 100 miles on TikTok, and yesterday was our first run, and so we each, you know, did like a 1-minute vlog. We all did it in kind of different styles, which is entertaining. Jude put like the most effort in by having like camera angles and like text on the screen and stuff. But for some reason, my simple vlog, I just took out my phone and recorded for a minute. That got like 530 views and like 60 likes or something. And then Jude's like a high effort TikTok with hashtags and everything got like 10 views.
Sad. It's a sad life.
Yeah,
it's okay. You know, it's an effort, and I think my favorite one is definitely Rudy's. Rudy's made me laugh so much, and he's just unintentionally funny.
Yeah, that's
I just love it so much.
Rudy's just unintentionally funny.
Yeah, and it was really great. I enjoyed it. I felt good.
Good.
For the first training day, and I'm excited for day number 2.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the most exciting thing, and the reason why like I have the Google sheet with like our runs like planned there is just also so you can see our progress along with the TikTok. Like seeing your progress is one of the most motivational things I think that'll help us stay on track. So I think that'll be really important part, and it's really cool just to see your progress. And that's why I also have the Nike Run Club app. We can like kind of compete with each other by seeing each other's runs, and like seeing that progress yourself is really good.
And I'm just really excited overall. Then when we all come to Ireland, we're gonna do like the 10K or 5K.
Yeah, we're gonna run a 5K, maybe 10K for feeling ballsy, but I'm really I'm really trying to emphasize taking it slow, because if we injure ourselves, that's a huge like time waste.
Yeah. But me and John have ran a 5K before.
Yes.
Which was funny when we were signing up for the marathon, because John was like, "Yo, why does it have like my information?" You were like, "Oh, you know, I did running, so it's fine." And then when you were putting my shit in, he was like, "Yo, why do they have your information?" And it was because of the 5K we did it like many years ago.
2016, Night Nation Run 5K. I still remember you, Rosa. Shout out Rosa, the girl who ran with me on the Night Nation Run 5K, and I only met her there for like half an hour, and for some reason I can still remember that moment. I don't know why.
John ditched me and Adrian for some girl because he didn't wait up on us. Nah. And I ditched Adrian because John ditched me.
Y'all were just... Yeah, I did ditch you guys. But I was striking up conversation. So that's that.
Yeah, I've never ran a 5K before, and I didn't do any prior training before Night Nation Run, and I still did okay. So that's why I was like, let's do a 10K.
Yeah.
Because
me
now
too.
We're doing the training.
I remember that Night Nation Run. I actually wore jeans. It was the jean run. Jean gang, and I ate 2 McDoubles before as my fuel, and I ran I don't know, it was like 28 minutes, or maybe it was definitely sub 30, but like that's not that fast. That's actually like average speed, a little above average. No, it's average speed. It's not fast. But this time we're gonna start off our 100-mile ultra marathon run with the humble 5K in Ireland while we're all together.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be interesting how we do the TikTok for that, because
we could do like all three of us.
Filming.
Yeah, and we can just like have our separate, or we can put them all together into one.
We'll do it all together. We'll do it like one
thing.
Yeah. One collaborative thing.
Collaborative episode, and then we're gonna have a we're thinking about while we're there for our podcast there, we can do a Secret Santa between the three of us for that'd be some fun things coming your way. Tori,
so subscribe.
I know you're the only one watching these, so we'll be having that fun episode.
So be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. That's in 2 weeks, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm hyped.
Yeah, me too. Let's go.
Big hype.
Anyways, that's the biggest thing that's happened this week, pretty much.
Pretty much. What about you and anything you doing you want to talk about?
My animation just finished. I finished another addition to my portfolio.
Nice.
I made a Fujifilm camera, off reference photos, mainly because I honestly don't know why, but I was just like, let's just do it, and now I did it, and now I'm gonna make a little animation for it, and hopefully it gets more than 10 views and 2 likes.
It's not about the likes, man. It's about the experience.
It is, bro. It is about the likes.
It's about the
what
likes.
What am I doing this for shit for?
If it was about the likes, bro, you'd be shaking your ass on the camera.
Nah, I'd get negative likes if that's possible.
Bro, nah. But yeah, I'm excited.
What about you, John?
Building your portfolio and stuff. Do you want to link your portfolio, your art station down below, or should we?
Yeah, I mean we could.
Yeah. Show the viewers.
Not a big deal.
Nah, it's maybe it's like, it's low key, but like it's, you got some cool stuff there. You can show the viewers, what you've been working on after us talking about your Blender stuff for so many episodes.
Yeah, I mean it's a work in progress. I got I got some of my animation, my commercials on there, my fake commercials, and then got like a bulldozer I made, and then an assembly line scene, and then like a render of a motorcycle. And then when I went to Edinburgh, I took a picture of like this cathedral, and I remade that on Blender, and I thought that came out pretty good. So yeah, nothing like too crazy, I just trying to expand my portfolio as much as possible, getting different kind of things. I think my favorite one is the motorcycle.
Yeah. That's a really good one.
That one's like that's the one I'm most proud about. It came out really, really nice.
And I know we mentioned
honestly, I had the most fun making that.
Yeah, it's really good. And I'm glad you're having fun with it. That's the most important part, honestly. But we mentioned it briefly last episode, but we didn't like really get into it. You started learning After Effects, right? I mean, I know the answer to that.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes.
How's that going?
It's going pretty good. Right now, like I think mostly I'm learning more motion graphics, which is fine. But I do want to like try to put more of my focus into my animations and like compiling or doing comping, comp work and using After Effects to put in some really cool effects in my rendering and make it go to like the next level. So that's what I'm planning on doing with this new animation. I'm gonna put instead of using DaVinci Resolve, which is what I normally use, I'm gonna put all my clips into After Effects and see what I can come up with.
Yeah. Feel free to show me at any point. I can like suggest some things if I can think of anything. But yeah, like learning how to do like text and stuff would really be good to on your products. Yeah.
I'm definitely like I'm still like planning out the animation and trying to figure out what would be best. Because I want it to like all be one like thing, like pretty connected.
Yeah, like
usually when I do like my animations and stuff, I kind of feel like I just have a bunch of like random ass clips. So it'd be really nice to kind of focus a little bit more, do some more planning and figuring out like exactly what I want to do.
It's all about like the flow of the story. So like I talked about before, like the sine wave, it's like a up and down and a give and take, which is important. And learning like transitions is another important thing. But yeah, you had some good stuff, and you like your bouncing ball animation in After Effects is really good. So yeah, like learning. I think After Effects is a good opportunity for you to like like, because right now you're doing a lot of like modeling, and like animation is kind of secondary, but like learning good animation will really increase your skills by a lot, because that's like a foundation.
Yeah, and I did the pizza animation on After Effects.
Yeah, the
which was
pizza
cool.
animation was good.
Because I drew that out in Illustrator, and then I put it in After Effects, which was really cool experience. But after that, I was like, I got to figure out like what I wanted to focus on, and I realized that like I want to do more like compositing and stuff on After Effects with the animations that I already made.
Yeah. There's a lot to learn. Take it one step at a time.
Yeah, I will. But John, you definitely had a more action-packed.
I had a week. So this, if you've been watching our other episodes, like I've been alluding that I've been planning something for just a little bit, and the reason I never like brought it up before is just because I don't know. I with certain things I like waiting until they happen before I talk about them, because it's like it's entirely variable, and I don't want to like bring something up and then it not happen, or like if things could change or not, or whatever could happen. So now that I'm finally through, over this past Saturday, I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with Streetbeef, but they are pretty much like a fight club, an unofficial league of amateur martial arts, pretty much. And they have a they have multiple YouTube channels and multiple branches across the United States. They got a branch in the East Coast in Virginia, and then the South, one in Seattle, and then one in the Washington area, and then one in the West Coast. And the cool thing about them is it's really amateur, but anyone can sign up. So on a total whim, I just decided that I want to sign up because I like fighting. I have a history of like 3.5 years of like Muay Thai, and I did like occasional boxing like throughout college, but like not like actual classes, like just with my friend. I decided to sign up to a Streetbeef fight because they were having an event in December, and I was like, it's like 2.5 hours away. So like, there's some times in your life where you just want to have an experience and do something totally out of the ordinary, and that's what I did. Kind of like our marathon, we like challenges. We like challenging ourselves and doing extraordinary things. And I don't mean that in like it's like amazing, but like out of the ordinary things. And so I just signed up, and I signed up for a boxing match. And the YouTube video, they post all their fights on YouTube. That's their business. That's their YouTube channel. But my fight is not up there. I was gonna show it on the screen, like, or just put it up there for us to watch on this episode, but it's not there yet. So when it is there, I'll put it on. I'll show y'all. But it did not go exactly how I planned, and not in a bad way. I had a really good experience, but I had like a slightly unusual experience. So I can talk about it more when the video is up, but I'll give like a quick summary. I go there, and apparently I'm matched up against this dude named Emmanuel. Emmanuel never shows up. So the guy who matches people up, he's like, all right, you're gonna fight this guy, Lil Mac, and I don't know why, but he just sounds familiar. I know he's a video game character, but like I thought I've seen him in the YouTube videos before. It turns out I have seen him in the YouTube videos before, because he's a Streetbeef veteran. And not only is he a Streetbeef veteran, but he is a 3-time Golden Glove boxer, and he's 24-3. And
wow, I
did not know that until I was actually in the ring. And they're like, all right, on this side we have. So my fight name was Type 1, like Type 1, but I spelled it WON, like won, like I won, but like Type 1. And so they're like, all right, on this side we have Type 1. His record is 0-0. On this side we have Lil Mac. His record is 24-3, and literally everybody in the sideline is like either a mixture of shock, laughter, or like oh my god, this dude's gonna get like beat up. And you can hear, I hope you hear it in the video, but everyone is like, oh, or something in the sidelines, and I literally laugh. Like I can't contain myself because of how ridiculous this situation is. That I made a joke to Tori. I'm like, they literally fed me to the sharks. Not literally. They fed me to the sharks, and I couldn't help but laughing. So he was really cool though. Like of course, his skill gap. Like so, usually they do match up. You write down your experience when you sign up, your experience, your height, your weight, and they match you up as closely as they can. And I guess my original matchup was a good matchup, but because he never showed up, they just gave me to someone who I guess didn't have a partner or didn't have an opponent.
Yeah.
And so the skill gap was so far that I'm sure Lil Mac, if he wanted to beat me up in a round, he could have, but he was really nice, and he let me like work. So like it was more like a back and forth. Like I would work some, and then he would come and just beat me up a little bit, and then he let me work a little bit. And he didn't make it easy on me for sure. Like I felt like he was trying to knock me out sometimes. I got hit quite a bit, and but it was a really good time. At the end of the second round, like the main guy, like the main guy who runs the thing, he was like, "Hey, you don't have to continue. Like if you want to like stop, we can totally stop." But I told him like I'm here to put in work. Like let's put in some work. So I went all 3 rounds. There were 3 2-minute rounds. And of course Lil Mac like won by unanimous vote, but that was never my goal. I was just trying to survive because I was getting faced with an onslaught of heavy ass punches. But he's a cool guy, he was very respectable and didn't like kill me. And I feel like I put up a decent, I feel like I gained his respect a little bit in the ring by not being a total pushover.
Definitely. No, 100%.
I threw some punches and I was, throwing some feints and whatever, but like a lot of my training kind of went out the window. I totally get like, there's a huge difference between training and like sparring. And my problem was like, so I have a lot of like sparring experience in Muay Thai and then like some sparring experience in boxing in college, but like it's been like 2 years since I've sparred, and when I was preparing for this fight, I only had 3 weeks, so I didn't like get like go to a gym or find a sparring partner. So I never sparred before this training, before this fight. So I just did pad training with Tori, who helped me out. So there's a lot going on. People like who were spectating, like really like they told me like I did like really good, and they were giving me a lot of props for being in the ring with Lil Mac and doing as good as I did. And they were like saying like, yeah, I mean, you did really good. Like there was like some people were saying like they really wanted to see me fight someone like my skill level because they really wanted to see that because of how well I did in the ring with Lil Mac. And I'm not saying I was amazing, but like I definitely like I didn't fold. I mean, Lil Mac has like knocked people out in the ring before, so and he's definitely hit me in the head a lot of times. I had like a bruised ear, had a small bruise like here, like very small. It's more like a scrape from the gloves, like an abrasion, but like a bruised ear. My head was like definitely no. The thing is that like you don't like expect is your neck. My neck the next day was really sore from absorbing the shock of my head getting hit. So that was interesting, but yeah, the whole experience was like really cool, and not because like I got to do like an amateur fight, but it was really cool in the sense that I got to fight against Lil Mac, who is a whole different caliber of fighter. In street beefs, I would say 65% of people who fight are like not that good. 30% of people that fight are pretty decent, and then like 5% of people are like high caliber, and Lil Mac just so happened to be that 5%. Like they couldn't match me against another 0-0 fighter. no hate, like, you know, that's whatever, but it was very interesting experience. I got to really learn what it was like to get clocked across the head heavy. I mean, I've been hit like pretty hard before, like in Muay Thai, like kicked and stuff, but this was just a different experience. But yeah, I do like have some like technical regrets. Like I wish, you know, you always like analyze your mistakes and what I could have done better. I would have benefited so much from like actual sparring practice, but you know, I just didn't have that. And yeah, I wanted to do it for an experience, and I definitely got a fun experience, a different experience. We also used 18-ounce gloves, which were really different from what I trained with. The reason for that was Lil Mac hurt his hand like previously, so we were using like bigger gloves. It's just not what I was used to. And I offered, you know, I could have used whatever gloves I wanted, but I offered to use the same gloves as him just to, I don't know, sportsmanship, and you know, we're here to, you know, have a good time. So the heavier gloves. I didn't do like most of what I trained. I did some of what I trained, and I mostly was just keeping it at bay with jabs. But it was very, very fun. There were definitely some times, like at the second round, I think, I got to a point where like I've been hit across the head so many times that people, like, I would get hit like hard on the head, and there'd be people in the crowd, you can hear them be like, keep your hands up, and I'm just like, huh? I'm just like, what? So if you watch the video and you're like, this dude is not keeping his right hand up, it is because I am like half conscious.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was a fun time. I'm glad that I had that experience. I'm glad it was different, but at the same time, I do wish I actually had like a fighter on my level, just so I can have like the regular experience, just so I can like actually test myself against someone who is like, who would have been appropriate like in the as an opponent. But whatever, you know, I accepted the fight, and the thing is about me is I feel like it was even more of a learning experience than it could have been if I just went in the ring and beat someone up, like if I did well, because this was like really like a challenge for me in terms of like not giving up, because I could have easily like just stopped and like it would have been totally understandable, but it was a lesson in perseverance and trying your hardest, and I think that was very valuable. And it was fun. It was fun seeing all the other fighters too. So I'm excited to see my YouTube video up there. I'm curious on what the YouTube comments are gonna say. They're gonna be very harsh though, because they're gonna be like, Streetbeef sucks. Like, why are they? Because they've had like comments like this in the past where they're like, these matchups are so like unfair. Like sometimes, not all the times, but like I'm curious on what the YouTube comments are gonna say. I hope I have some fans in YouTube comments. I hope there some people say that, you know, I had good heart and I stuck in there, but yeah, I'll maybe it's the next podcast, maybe in a month. You know, they upload like them across the time, so like who knows when my video is gonna be up. But yeah, I'll definitely show it in the podcast, and I don't know, I just love fighting. It's one of my favorite things. Would I do it again? Maybe not. Just because like. Well, specifically Streetbeefs, it's like 2.5 hours away from my house, so I don't like to make that drive all the time. And like, I don't know, like I also kind of, it's just different. Like, I definitely think
sketchy, I'm not gonna lie.
It did sound sketchy in the first place, but they're legit about it. Like they got refs, and they're not gonna let you get totally like murked. Like they have like waivers to sign. They have refs. It's a cool community. Like, and I think Tori would say the same thing. She came with me. Like, everybody there is like really cool to each other, and we're all supportive and stuff. And it's just the fight community. It can get intense sometimes, in the ring especially. So it looks very, very violent. But in really there, it's, you know, everybody's there for the fight community. So props to Streetbeefs, and they have a good a background or message too. They wanted to originally, quick history. They wanted to the creator wanted to have it as an outlet to solve like disputes that were done like without like guns. So their motto is gloves up, guns down. So it's a shout out to them. And
it sounds like you gained a lot of respect from all the spectators and maybe even Little Mac.
Yeah. Maybe Lil Mac gained an ounce of respect for me for staying in the ring, and working with him. I think I definitely do want to like. I don't want to like stop fighting. Like I really like Muay Thai, and I might continue that. But like my main thing is I like challenging myself, like whether it's fighting or not. So the marathon and the ultra marathon, that's my next challenge. Like I it's not going to be like, it's not like fighting, but it's another form of challenge. And so that's what I got my eyes set on.
And that's going to be with me and Rudy. So
hell yeah. We're going to be challenging ourselves. We're going to be reaching our level, proving to ourselves how high caliber we can be. I don't know, just fun.
It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm most excited for. I'm most excited for going on this challenge together with the boys. That's what is gonna be the most fun thing for me. Man.
Yeah, that's exciting, man. I was really looking forward to watching the Streetbeef episode. I know me and Rudy, we got into a call, and I kept refreshing the YouTube page. At first, you said 2 o'clock, and I was mistaken it for 1 o'clock.
Oh my god.
So I was like sitting here at 1 o'clock, and I was like, refresh, and so I was like Rudy joined me, and I was like, Rudy, I've been refreshing for an hour, nothing, bro. Like, this is whack. And then he asked for a link, and then we refreshed for like another hour.
Mm-hmm. I thought they were going to do a live stream. They live stream some, like most or some of their events. I guess that just they didn't live stream this one. Maybe their shit was broken or something. I don't know. But they didn't live stream this one, so we couldn't even watch that one here. But
yeah, that's a shame. And then I messaged Tori. I was like, hey Tori, are they? What's going on? They're not live streaming. I didn't want to message you because I didn't know if you were fighting or not.
Yeah, nah, but it's all good. A good time. I think I definitely gained the respect of the spectators there. We out here, I like to think, I think to myself like, dang, I mean, I am by no means like a good boxer or even like a great martial artist or like a great fighter. But like, I like to think I'm like not bad. And sometimes I'm like, dang, I really didn't do that good against Lil Mac. But at the same time, it's like, there's no expectation for me to do good against him. So it's like, I gotta cut myself some slack. Like I think back and I analyze the whole like fight sometimes. And I gotta think to myself, like, you gotta like let it go. Like, move on to the next one. Like,
Yeah. It's not even like, even losing to Lil Mac, it's not even bad because he's had like so much more experience than you.
Yeah. He's just so much more experience of a fighter. There are some really good fighters there in Streetbeef. There's a lot of amateur, like average fighters too. But that was what I did on Saturday. Yeah.
I can't say my weekend was as eventful. Nothing really happened, but
yeah.
Who knows? I'll sign up for a fight.
Shit, like no, you did your impulsive thing. You signed up for the marathon, and I'm excited for that.
I could do a lot more impulsive stuff. I still got some impulsive choices in me.
You got hella impulsive choices in you, bro. But I think those are I don't know. It's creating life moments. I don't know. I wanted to just do something. Like I'm like, I could have an ordinary next 3 weeks, or I could do something totally like cool for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I think that's what life's all about. I think like and going to Ireland. Like I know it took you a long time to convince me to go to Ireland. But I think at the end I was like, well, one, they things kind of lined up, and I was like, all right, it'll make sense for me to go, but also at the same time, I was like, yeah, like this is your life. Like you can either have, and of course, if you can go, like if you have the money to go, this is what I'm talking about. But it's like you can, either have a normal December 2022, or you can have something a little more interesting. Ireland, December 2022, like different life, different experiences. And it's not to say like not going to Ireland would be wrong, but it's just like it became more clear to me that it would be worth it. I don't know. I mean, obviously, but like.
Yeah, I mean, I tried convincing you, and I remember one of my points was like, the money's gonna come back, but like the moments you make and like the experience you miss out on, that's not coming back ever.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it also like the money was never really like a huge issue for me. It was more like also that it wasn't like the biggest thing on my radar. Like for you, traveling is a huge thing. Like traveling is very important to what you want to do. But for me, it's like a little different. Like I'm not the hugest thing traveling isn't my biggest thing. But yeah, I do just enjoy hanging out with you and Rudy. So it was just like, I'll just do it.
Don't worry, man. When we get here, it'll be so worth it. Like it'll be worth it. Every single second, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun.
From second number one all the way until you get on that airplane again to go back to America.
Wait, you have to repeat that. Like your mic did not pick that up. Sorry.
From second number one all the way to like when you get back on that plane to go back to America, it'll be amazing.
Yeah, I know it will. It's gonna be fun, and then I'll capture it all, and then I'll make another vlog, and then be pretty cool. I'm excited.
Speaking of vlogs, our last vlog was really great. When we went to New York, that was really great. And I was actually debating on wanting to redo my vlog, but like using After Effects this time. To like edit it and make it like a little bit better. But we'll see. I want to see if I want to focus my time on like making the animation, or focus on my time like redoing the vlog. But I have all the footage still, so
yeah. It's all up to you, but like if you are on a timeline and you do have to like you have to decide like what are the most important things to learn. Like I don't know, you have a lot of time. You could split your day into half and then just do both.
Yeah, that's true. Like while I'm rendering the clips for my animation, I could work on it.
Yeah. Just think about it like school and then like free time. You're learning animation and all that stuff, and then the things you learn while you're learning like regular animation you can like use in the vlog.
That's what I'm saying. Like I could learn like new things on the vlog as well. So
learn text animations.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think for this next for this Ireland vlog, man, I keep thinking about like making this Ireland vlog, and then I keep thinking like this is like kind of what I want to do. Like I wish I could be one of those travel YouTubers that travel and then just like make like high quality John, montage vlogs. I just
said like 2 seconds ago that traveling isn't.
It's not the traveling. It's the filmmaking.
But that's also part of like traveling.
That's part of traveling. But you can filmmake. You can do filmmaking for like anything. But to me, my favorite part is like coming up with the shots and like making just coming up with a story. I love like the filmmaking part of our vlogs, and the easiest way to do that is through a travel vlog, in my opinion. It's also like sports, like documentaries and stuff like that could be fun. Just following like small like athletes or whatever. But
Yeah.
I think the most straightforward and easiest way to do it is a travel, like, adventure experience vlog. And like that's like I want to be like those like travel filmmaker YouTubers that
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's so expensive
Let's do
to
it, man.
travel all those places. And I mean, not really. I guess you could travel like locally and go to like local spots first.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. But there are a lot of amazing places in the States. Like I could do all the states first and like Yellowstone or Pacific Northwest or like, you know, Grand Canyon and stuff like that. But you're right. Like it's not just the landscapes, like it's the experiences. So like going with friends and doing all that. Yeah. Like I wish I could do that too. And of course, like I probably could, like, but it's just more risky.
Yeah. Why don't I think we made this promise before, but I think every year we should get at least one trip.
Yeah, I think we should. I think that's valid.
We've agreed to that before, I think, but
yeah, we have.
Now it's on the webcam. Now it's on the podcast. So
yeah, next year is gonna be Seattle. We're gonna do
well. Maybe we could. Well, I was telling you about Antarctica for next year,
dude. Antarctica and Seattle. Antarctica's expensive, isn't it?
I didn't look into it, but we could. Okay, if you know what though, like, yeah. To be fair, let's do Seattle because there's no way I'm going to Seattle for a weekend just to run a marathon and come back.
Dude, you've seen like the landscapes in the Pacific Northwest, right? Like the Three Fingers, like the mountains are. You haven't?
I've never seen it,
bro. It's insane.
Let's do it then. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, like oh my god. It's insane.
Let's why don't we like spend a week there prior to the marathon?
No. After the marathon. You know why?
You're dead.
No, you're gonna be dead for like half of a day. But the reason why we want to do after, and I know this for a fact, is because if we were to go before, every day we're gonna be thinking about the marathon and being anxious, and we're gonna want to be training too. So
yeah.
After we do the marathon, we'll have a whole week like relieved, relaxed, and we can relax after the marathon.
Okay. All right. Fine. Whatever. I don't care. Don't care whether it's a week before or after. I definitely think maybe, you know what we could do for our because what I really enjoyed about our New York trip, our like road trip there, was like it was the filmmaking. It was like just like making a story and like capturing everything and then like collabing with you with our footage was great. And that's what made like the trip even more enjoyable for me. Mm-hmm. And maybe this time around we could do like an actual like mini documentary. Like maybe have some parts of us like sitting in the Airbnb talking to the camera about stuff, especially since you got the shotgun mic now.
Yeah, I got the shotgun mic.
That would be perfect, you know?
Yeah, I think if we want to do that, we should come up with a little bit of a pre-plan at least.
All right, let's do it.
That's how it goes the best. But yeah, I think it'd be really fun. I love doing the filmmaking stuff. I know that the classic saying is like the risky thing isn't to follow the perceived risky thing. The risky thing is to stay in your job and do the average thing, because that doesn't always lead to like your job isn't as secure as like you think it is, you know. And like what's riskier, staying at a job where you make 50,000 a year or pursuing a business where you can make hundreds of thousands a year? And I know that like that's a saying, a belief, and like that applies to like what I just said with like I want to be like a filmmaker YouTuber. But at the same time, it's like I know that like I probably could if I really worked hard at it. But also, it's just like doing things that are risky are just it's like scary, especially when you do have a good job that like I don't want to give up, and I wouldn't give it up unless like I really made it successful already. Like if I was already like if I made a YouTube channel on the side and I did do films like that, like then it wouldn't be risky because I would already have a successful YouTube channel as a filmmaker. But yeah, I don't know. Like you know what they say, like, you know, your 20s are your time to like make mistakes
Fail.
and fail, yeah, make mistakes, but it's like, I don't know, like,
I think because like I think our generation specifically, we've been like cursed with I feel like we have more time than we think. Like definitely for us, like, you know, 20s is the time to fail, you know, try to figure things out. But it's like when we think about it, we're like, oh my God, like the 20s is such a big part of my life, but it's really not. You know, you got your 30s, your 40s, your 50s.
yeah,
But we've placed our like these time limits, you know, we've always had this like preconceived notion that like, oh, we should get married by like 25 or whatever, because our parents got married when they were like 22 and they've already had like kids before they're 30, you know?
yeah,
So it's,
like,
I feel like
yeah.
we've all like kind of placed timers on each other and been like, okay, we have to be successful by the time we're 30 or else, you know, our lives are going to be over. But that's just not the case.
Yeah, and the idea that it's just like our 30s or I want, like, Casey Neistat just released like his most recent video, and he said like your 20s are the time for you to find out your to I guess find your way or find out what works. Your 30s are your time to like put in the work, and then your 40s are your time to like enjoy it, sit back and enjoy it. And I think that's true. And like, I think, you know, with me starting my next printables side business, like that's kind of my attempt at doing the risky thing, but also like on the side so that I can continue being like safe in my job. But at the same time, like the more I do that, the more I'm like, I should just go all in and like, I don't know, do the filmmaker thing or try and make it my business like my whole thing, because your 20s really are your time to fail. But at the same time, like I don't want to fail because I feel like I'm doing good. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if you ever, you know, do the full-time filmmaker thing, hit me up.
You can join me?
Maybe.
Dude,
Which
I mean,
might.
I feel like that would totally work. Like us being like a filmmaker duo, like being cousins and also like just traveling the world and making films, like that could totally work. Yeah. But
let's make the Ireland documentary like legit. Let's make it legit, you know. Let's make it real nice.
Like both work on it together. Like we're making one documentary and it's gonna be like the highest level thing.
Yeah, high production quality. We'll really like. I feel like we can definitely like. We'll pave a little story for like the documentary. You know, it doesn't have to be anything like crazy, but I think if we come up with like a simple little concept, do like a little interview thing, couple interview shots. I think it'd be definitely.
Yeah, I think, you know, this is just getting in the weeds a little bit, but if we pick just a plot, like you know, it doesn't have to be with like what's happening in Ireland, but if we pick a plot point and throughout what we do in Ireland, it like influences that, and we land in a different position, but in like the same place, like the circle, the hero's journey, as they say in story development, then anything can be a good story, and we can just come up with anything.
Yeah, looks like we got some planning to do before the Ireland trip.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I don't know, like everybody has dreams, right? And I've mentioned this before, and I will continue to always mention it. But the fact that I successfully followed my previously thought to be impossible dream to become an artist, like, and work on cool shit like Nat Geo and stuff, like that just makes me feel like I can do anything. And like, but also the idea of really going in the deep end and like, hey, quit your job, become a filmmaker for real, or quit your job, do like your side business for the full time. And it's like that's just so risky. And I'm like, that's just another like impossible sounding thing that I don't know. Yeah. It's like, follow your dreams.
Well, we can do a test run with Ireland, you know. We'll do a test run for a little documentary filmmaking thing.
Okay.
That'll be our test shot. and then see how much you like it,
Yeah.
and see how good we get
Yeah.
in our first try, and then post it, and we'll see, you know, what the verdict is, you know.
I think it's gonna be a little weird though, because our cameras, like, what we shoot looks different. Like I think I use
we can use like change our profile on our cameras to link up, so we can do like you know, like log. We can try shooting log. Like
my camera's
low contrast.
I know, yeah, and I'm familiar with log. My camera is not that advanced. I'm pretty sure.
You can't change your profile setting. Check. You don't have to like have the log camera. I don't think my camera has like log either, but you can definitely change the settings around to make it look similar to
look log.
like
but also it's our lenses too. My lens is I think it's like a 1.8 like f-stop, like I think it's like a 35 millimeter lens or something. It's very cinematic. Like it has that shallow depth of field, and it's a little more like portrait-y, like flat. I don't know if you have a lens like that, or if you can make your lens more like that.
Well, we don't. It doesn't have to match up. Like we can use that for like the documentary shots, and like you know how we did like our film. Like we don't. It doesn't have, everything doesn't have to look. I think the most important part would be like the same color grading. But if we just match the like low contrast, low saturation, then we don't. I think that'll be fine. Then we can just color grade it together in After Effects or Premiere or whatever, you know. Yeah, Premiere
is the better video editing software. Than After Effects is more motion graphics. Premiere is better for. Yeah, that would be really cool, and then we could have like a legit ass documentary. I showed definitely. Oh, sorry. When I showed my vlog to my coworkers, one of my friends was like saying, or my coworker / friend, I guess. One of my coworkers was saying how they thought it was really good, and if they want, they can show it to someone they know on Vimeo who does the Vimeo staff picks, and they can see if they can get us a Vimeo staff pick. I didn't think my vlog was good enough to be a Vimeo staff pick, but you know, if we do this could be really good.
But let's be serious about this. Let's put in the planning. I'll watch some documentaries, some other documentaries, and see how.
Do you think this will take away from our trip though? Like enough? You think it'll be too much to think about making a whole ass documentary, and we won't, you know?
I mean, it didn't take away from New York.
Yeah, but do you think we're gonna be thinking about it more now and like thinking about it too much?
We'll see. I think we'll do this, and you know how I talked about before, like when we go to a new location in Ireland, we should maybe spend like half an hour just sitting there, no phones, no cameras, leave all that shit in the bag, in the car, and just walk around and just enjoy it, and then we'll grab our shit and we'll be like, all right, filmmaking time to film. Yeah. So we should definitely dedicate. And we don't have to do it all the time. We can we don't have to do it like 24/7 all throughout the day. You know, maybe some mornings we can have some nice quiet mornings, and maybe go into town at the nighttime and just, leave our cameras and shit. Mm-hmm. We don't have to bring them everywhere. So I think as long as we keep a balance and still put some time aside, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour every time we go to a new location and just sit there and enjoy it, soak it in.
Yeah. And I think it also heavily depends on the story angle we go for. Because if we do something like interpersonal, I think it can really be something like we can shoot like anything. But as long as we keep in mind the plot as we shoot, then it can be good. But we should definitely think of an angle of a story we want to go for. But yeah, definitely.
Let's do it. We'll see if this is our big breakthrough.
Yeah, we'll see. God. What would it take for? Imagine if you were in my position. What would it take for you to quit your job and do filmmaking full time, or filmmaking, traveling, or whatever, being a creator full time?
Yeah, I think like you said, pre-established channel is definitely a big part of it. If you already have a fan base and you already have videos up, it makes it a little bit easier because you're like, okay, it's gonna be there. The number's gonna be there. I already have a sponsor. You're already set. I think the stability of it is kind of scary. So that's why people like to stay in stable jobs because they know at least they get the paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
If your video does bad or you lose a sponsor, you're fucked.
Yeah.
There's no backup. There's no backup for that. So it's definitely, I don't think, we'll see how the documentary goes. Maybe you'll have a coworker that has like connections and they'll be like, yo, this sick documentary that you made with your cousin, like there's like an awards show or whatever that like, can we submit that? And if we fucking like win, then that'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, or if some other YouTuber is like, yo, this is pretty sick documentary. Like, who made this? Oh, Jude and John, let's contact them. Oh, yeah, we want you to help us shoot for this. That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
And
yeah.
I think, like, who knows, like, we could make this documentary, it could flop, and that's fine. Because I think it would still be a really fun experience, like, doing it.
For sure.
And I think it would be a learning experience as well. Like we could learn maybe for the next travel documentary we make. Mm-hmm. But if it does good, then that's cool. That's cool too. Whatever happens. But I think it would be fun, like just doing it either way. So I think we should do it. It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah,
it wouldn't hurt us.
It would. For like I'm not doing this documentary to try and get blown up and be doing it. That would be a nice side effect, and it doesn't mean I won't be showing it places that could get it recognized, but I primarily will be doing this because it is fun and I do love filmmaking. So we'll try it out. There's
I know there's some film festivals here in Ireland actually. So okay. If we make the documentary and it's good, maybe we could submit it to a film festival in Ireland and then fly back to Ireland if that gets shown.
That'd be cool. If they fly us out,
but
then
yeah, definitely, because it's expensive to come. But I think I think it would be a fun experience. I don't think it would ruin our trip, and I think it could lead to something. It could not, but either way, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, for sure. It's just what a dream that would be.
That would be pretty crazy.
But I think
then we could definitely go to Everest.
Yeah. I don't know about that. But on that note, should we end it?
Yeah, it's almost an hour, right? I just checked right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's close it up.
Alrighty. Thanks for watching the podcast. If you liked what we talked about, like, comment, hit the subscribe button. Check out our TikTok, Road to 100 Miles. We're running.
Check out John's fucking viral TikTok.
We're running that shit. Yeah, I got a fucking viral TikTok, 500 views. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. See ya.